Hi, I'm Sam from Tarot for Writing, and welcome back to our daily tarot deep dive. And today is all about the Four of Wands. Let's dive right in with the definition. So this is really the card of joy, of happiness, and of celebration. And we see that reflected here in the coloring of the card. All this yellow kind of makes you think of the Sun card. And then, of course, we have people depicted celebrating. They erected this temporary structure to hold their celebration, and they're dancing around with joy. And since we have 4 wands here, it makes me think of the number 4 and that it stands for stability. And that kind of brings me back to what I talked about the other day about the hierarchy of needs. And here it kind of tells me that when our life is very stable, again indicated by the 4, and when our basic needs are met, like the need for shelter, for food, for security, then it's easy to experience the overflowing joy that we see in this card. And it's also always a good reminder to celebrate the good times. Kind of without the joy, without the sad times, we can't appreciate the good ones, the joy. So without sadness, joy isn't feeling as joyful. You need that kind of balance and that contrast to really experience those emotions fully. And that's kind of what the 4 makes me think of. Celebrate the good times. They're not always going to last, and that's okay. But when they show up in our lives, take the time to experience them fully. And then the detail I wanted to kind of talk about a little bit is the people that are in the card. Not the 2 women or the couple dancing, but the people in the background that are just streaming out of the city gate. At least that's what it looks like to me. I don't know why I never really paid attention to them before, but today it just really grabbed me and struck me to see these other people pouring out of this walled city or castle. And kind of what it made me think of is that our emotions are contagious, especially the strong ones, especially joy. And it is a reminder for me to be more joyous, even if I don't wake up particularly happy in the morning, to really tap into that joy and to those feelings of being grateful for everything I have. And then to take it one step further and to show those emotions, to share them with others, and really see how I can spread joy and happiness in my community simply by allowing other people to see the joy that I'm feeling, everything that I'm blessed with in my life here. And then I wanted to talk a little bit about how I would use a card like the 4 of Wands in my writing. I'm a paranormal romance author, and I use tarot cards every day to inspire my stories, to give life to my characters. And this card, again, makes me think of a celebration. It could be a wedding. That's always fun to craft into a romance. But it could also be a community event. And to be honest, the most fun parties and celebrations I have been to or that I have experienced are those that were thrown together on a whim. Just a couple of people getting together, everybody brings what they have at their house, and you just kind of get together in somebody's living room, share the food, share the stories, have a good time together. Those are some of my most fun and fondly remembered celebrations. So I would probably think about, depending on where I'm at in my story, what the characters and the situations are, how could I bring one of those spontaneous celebrations into the story and onto the page and share that with my readers. When it comes to creating a character, this makes me think of somebody who is friendly and open, because we have this very open structure here, but also somebody who is stable, somebody who you can rely on. It makes me think of someone who is maybe the center or the heart of the community, you know, the kind of person that brings everybody else together. Or it just going by the colors here and the energy and the feel of the card, it makes me think of somebody who is an internal optimist. So maybe I pull in those character traits as I develop the person that will take a big part in my story. Or this could be the kind of person who can create or build just about anything, who can make something out of nothing. It almost makes me think of like a MacGyver type character. And what inspired that is looking at the structure and thinking about, you know, what kind of person would pull this together, who would put this up so the community can get together for this celebration. So those are my thoughts for you today. If you enjoyed this little bit of a deep dive into the Four of Wands, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. I would love to see you here more often. And I would love to hear from you. What are your thoughts and ideas on the Four of Wands? What does it make you think of? Did you agree with what I shared? Do you have some completely different takes? I would love to hear from you. And of course, I would love you to come back tomorrow where we take a look at the Five of Wands. I'll see you then.